This episode is brought to you by Nerds Gummy Clusters, the sweet treat that always elevates the vibe. With a sweet gummy surrounded with tangy, crunchy nerds, every bite of Nerds Gummy Clusters brings you a whole new world of flavor. Whether it's game night, on the way to a concert, or kicking back with your crew, unleash your senses with Nerds Gummy Clusters.
¿Hablas español?
Sprichst du Deutsch?
Kan du norsk?
If you've heard that sound from Babbel before, I bet you do. Babbel is the science-backed language learning app that actually works. With quick 10-minute lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts, Babbel gets you on your way to speaking a new language in just a few weeks. With over 16 million subscriptions sold and a 20-day money-back guarantee, just start speaking another language with Babbel. Right now, up to 55% off your Babbel subscription at babbel.com/Spotify podcast. Spelled BABBEL.com/Spotify podcast. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Hello Quizheads, welcome to Takeaway Trivia, episode number 255. I'm Leon, your quizmaster from Hereford, UK, and this is another 4 rounds of pub quiz style trivia straight into your ear. It's entirely up to you how you play. You can either go solo when you're down the gym, walking the dog on your commute, or you can play like a real pub quiz, get your friends together and battle it out on pens and paper, or maybe just playing as a family on an epic road trip. However you're doing it, good luck. If you want to skip straight ahead to the trivia, time codes are in the show notes. But we've just got 3 quick hellos. First of all, Sam Wright says, please could you give a shout out to Sam, Alice and Zach. We've only recently come across Takeaway Trivia, but we're loving it all the way from Australia. That's the Unit 3 gang. We've had our first hello from Blue Sky. Hi Leon, love the podcast. Could I get a shout out for my better half Brenda, currently listening to Takeaway Trivia while driving from Atlanta to the Blue Ridge Mountains. Thank you, Sean. Hello, Sean. I have set up a Takeaway Trivia Blue Sky account. I don't know how much I'm going to use it or invest in it as it were, but certainly no plans to return to Twitter anytime soon. Finally, hello to Bennett Shapiro, who says, hi there, love the show. I was wondering if I could get a shout out to my girlfriend Abby this week. We're travelling to Vancouver to ski for her 30th birthday. That's from Bennett Shapiro. Hello, Abby. Happy 30th birthday. Have a fantastic time. Right, what is coming up on the quiz today? We've got the Final Fling coming up, the return of 54321, a juicy question about billionaires in that one. I've got a round of Wipeout, but let's start with general knowledge. Good luck. Okay then, Quizheads, 10 questions of general knowledge, starting with question number 1. Which star of Fallout plays Jinx in the Netflix series Arcane? Number 1. Which star of Fallout plays Jinx in the Netflix series Arcane? Number 2. Shakespeare's Hamlet was the prince of which country? Number 2. Shakespeare's Hamlet was the prince of which country? Number 3. Which villain did Jim Carrey portray in the Batman film? Number 3. Which villain was portrayed by Jim Carrey in the Batman film? Number 4. Parmesan is a cheese originating from which country? Question number 4. Parmesan is a cheese originating from which country? Number 5. Which tyre company releases an annual guide to restaurants? Question 5. Which tyre company releases an annual guide to restaurants? 6. The Azores lie in which ocean? Question number 6. The Azores lie in which ocean? Number 7. The Tyrannosaurus Rex lived on what would now be classified as which continent? Question number 7. The Tyrannosaurus Rex lived on what would now be classified as what continent? Question number 8. The songs Barbie Girl and Dr. Jones were hits for which group? Question number 8. The songs Barbie Girl and Dr. Jones were hits for which group? 9. In a car, what would you be measuring with a dipstick? Question number 9. In a car, what would you measure with a dipstick? And number 10. The Royal Zara Phillips is married to which former rugby international? Question number 10. British Royal Zara Phillips is married to which former rugby international? There you go, there is your 10 questions on general knowledge. It's the start of the podcast. If you're not feeling too confident with those, don't worry, there's still 3 more rounds to come for you to turn it around. And let's start with one of them right now. I'll have the answers to general knowledge in a bit, but first of all, let's play Wipeout. 10 questions of general knowledge. However, there is a twist to this round. Unfortunately, if you get one wrong, I have to score you 0 for this round. You are allowed to pass by leaving the answer blank. Let's play Wipeout. Be careful. Number 1. Which is the most southerly county of Ireland? Question number 1. Which is the most southerly county of Ireland? Number 2. Which cathedral overlooks Red Square in Moscow? Question number 2. Which cathedral overlooks Red Square in Moscow in Russia? Number 3. Which city does the extinct volcano known as Arthur's Seat overlook? So question number 3. Which city does the extinct volcano known as Arthur's Seat overlook? Question number 4. Who painted The Last Supper? Number 4. Who painted The Last Supper? Number 5. In which month does the Hindu festival Holi take place? Number 5. In which month does the Hindu festival Holi take place? Number 6. In the nursery rhyme, what did Jack Horner pull from his pie? Question number 6. In the nursery rhyme, what did little Jack Horner pull from his pie? Number 7. Listing the London Underground lines alphabetically, which one would come first? Number 7. Listing the London Underground lines alphabetically, which one comes first? Number 8. Which winter sport do competitors compete lying on their back? Number 8. In which winter sport do competitors compete lying on their back? Number 9. Taylor Swift's Twitter handle is her name and which number? Question number 9. Taylor Swift's Twitter handle is her name and which number? And number 10. Before Doctor Who, Chris Chibnall created which British television crime drama starring Olivia Colman, David Tennant and Jodie Whittaker? Number 10. Chris Chibnall created which British television crime drama series starring Olivia Colman, David Tennant and Jodie Whittaker? That is your 10 questions on Wipeout. Don't forget, if you get any of them wrong, you automatically score 0 for this round. You are allowed to pass by leaving your answer blank. Okay then, let's return to general knowledge. It was the first round of the podcast. And question number 1. Which star of Fallout plays Jinx in the Netflix series Arcane? Ella Purnell. Number 2. Shakespeare's Hamlet was the prince of which country? Denmark. 3. What villain was portrayed by Jim Carrey in Batman? The Riddler. Number 4. Parmesan is a cheese originating from which country? Italy. Number 5. Which tyre company releases an annual guide to restaurants? Michelin tyres. Number 6. The Azores lie in which ocean? It's the Atlantic Ocean. 7. The T-Rex lived on what would now be classified as what continent? North America. Question 8. Barbie Girl and Dr. Jones were hits for which group? Aqua. See, they've got those sort of novelty hits with those songs, but genuinely, Turn Back Time by Aqua is a beautiful tune. Number 9. In a car, what would you measure with a dipstick? Oil. And number 10. Zara Phillips is married to which former rugby international? Mike Tindall. Alright then, let's move on to round number 3 of this week's podcast. And it's the return of an old favourite. Don't think we've played a round of this so far this year. So for 2025, let's welcome 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Why do we call it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Well, in this round, question number 1 is worth 5 points. Question 2 is worth 4 points. 3 is worth 3 points. Question 4 is for 2 points. And question 5 is worth just 1 point. Yes, that's why we call it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, funnily enough. So take your time with these questions. Question number 1 is worth 5 points. As of April 2024, which 5 countries of the world are home to the most billionaires? The data for this is from Forbes magazine annual rundown of billionaires. So number 1, as of April 2024, which 5 countries of the world are home to the most billionaires? I can tell you that the country at the top of the list has 813 billionaires as of April 2024. It's probably more than that by now. Number 2, which were the first 4 Pixar films to get sequels? Be careful with this one. Question number 2, which were the first 4 Pixar films to get sequels? Number 3, which 3 counties adjoin Devon in the UK? So question number 3, which 3 counties would you find surrounding Devon? And number 4, which 2 actors portrayed Albus Dumbledore in the Harry Potter films? Number 4, which 2 actors played Albus Dumbledore in the original Harry Potter films? And question number 5, it's a false or true question. Mentioning avocados in your online dating profile gets you 144% more responses. Is that true or false? So number 5, false or true, mentioning avocados in your online dating profile is likely to get you 144% more responses. I hope not, because I don't like avocados. Alright then, there you go. There are your 5 questions on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're looking for 5 answers to question number 1, 4 answers to question number 2, and so on. Okay, after this quick break, we'll have some answers to rounds 2 and 3.
This episode is brought to you by Companion. Iris and Josh seem like the perfect match, but when a weekend getaway turns into a nightmare, Iris realizes that things aren't as perfect as they appear. From the creators of Barbarian and the studio that brought you The Notebook comes a twisted tale of modern romance and the sweet satisfaction of revenge. Companion, now playing only in theaters. Rated R, under 17, not admitted without parent.
Welcome back to Takeaway Trivia. It's time for some answers. Let's find out how you did on Wipeout. Don't forget, if you got one wrong, you have to stop marking and just score yourself 0. You can pass by leaving that answer blank, of course. Number 1, what is the most southerly county of Ireland? That is Cork. Number 2, which cathedral overlooks Red Square in Moscow? St. Basil's Cathedral. One of the downsides of the current hostilities, I guess, with Russia is that at the moment it's probably unlikely I'll ever get to visit Russia, because some of the architecture there looks fantastic. And some people say St. Basil's looks a little bit like a Disney castle. No, I think it looks cool. I'd quite like to see it. At number 3, which city does the extinct volcano known as Arthur's Seat overlook? Edinburgh. Number 4, who painted The Last Supper? Leonardo da Vinci. Number 5, in which month does the Hindu festival Holi take place? March. Number 6, what did Jack Horner pull from his pie? His plum. Sounds painful. Number 7, listing the London Underground lines alphabetically. Which comes first? Bakerloo. Number 8, which winter sport do competitors compete lying on their back? Luge. Number 9, Taylor Swift's Twitter handle is her name and which number? 13. And number 10, Chris Chibnall created which British television crime drama, starring Olivia Colman, David Tennant, and even Jodie Whittaker? It's a right alumni of Doctor Who stars. Broadchurch, that was the show I was looking for. Your answers to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number 1, as of April 2024, which 5 countries of the world are home to the most billionaires? This is data from Forbes magazine. At the top, it's the United States with 813 billionaires. The top of those is, of course, Elon Musk. Number 2 is China with 406 billionaires. India has 200 in third place. In fourth place, Germany has 132. And in fifth place, it's Russia with 120. Just think of all the good they could do in the world if they didn't hoard their wealth. Number 2, which were the first 4 Pixar films to get sequels? Toy Story was the first to get a sequel with Toy Story 2. Cars was next. Cars 2 came out. Then Monsters Inc. got a sequel when Monsters University was released. And the 4th Pixar film to get a sequel was Finding Nemo when Finding Dory was released. So well done if you got those 4 right. Number 3, which 3 counties adjoin Devon? It's Cornwall, Somerset and Dorset. Number 4, which 2 actors portrayed Albus Dumbledore in the original Harry Potter films? Richard Harris and Michael Gambon. Number 5, mentioning avocados in your online dating profile gets you 144% more responses. That's false. Sorry, avocado fans. However, if you mention guacamole, you get 144% more responses apparently. There we go, there's your answers to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and the Wipeout round done. All that's left is to move on to the Final Fling. Okay, I think you've completed all 3 rounds to the best of your abilities. Hope it's a strong attempt at this week's podcast. But that means we come now to round number 4, which is the final round of this week's podcast. It's the Final Fling. 15 questions of general knowledge. Good luck. Here we go. Number 1, what is studied in the science of somatology? So number 1, what is studied in the science of somatology? That's S-O-M-A-T and then O-L-O-G-Y, somatology. Number 2, by what name is the disease varicella more known? Number 2, by what name is the disease varicella better known? That's V-A-R-I-C-E-L-L-A, varicella. Number 3, Shem, Ham and Japheth are the sons of which biblical figure? Question number 3, Shem, Ham and Japheth are the sons of which biblical figure? Number 4, Chief of Staff Linda Vasquez is the regular character from the opening season of which US drama? Number 4, Chief of Staff Linda Vasquez is a regular character from the opening seasons of which US drama? Question number 5, which book ends with the line, "Thank goodness," said Bilbo, laughing, and handed him the tobacco jar? Number 5 again, which book ends with the line, "Thank goodness," said Bilbo, laughing, and handed him the tobacco jar? Number 6, in January 2014, which became the first American state to legalise cannabis? Number 6, in January 2014, which became the first American state to legalise cannabis? Number 7, who plays Moriarty in the Benedict Cumberbatch starring version of Sherlock? Number 7, who plays Moriarty in the Benedict Cumberbatch version of Sherlock? Question number 8. The title of which 2000's monster film was apparently the US military code name for New York City during the Cold War? Number 8. The title of which recent monster film, or 2000's monster film, was apparently the US military code name for New York City during the Cold War? Number 9. A women's lacrosse team comprises of how many players? Question 9. A women's lacrosse team comprises of how many players? Number 10. Mount Catherine is the highest mountain in which African country? Number 10. Mount Catherine is the highest mountain in which African country? Number 11. How many time zones does Brazil have? Question number 11. How many time zones does Brazil have? Question number 12. Chenje, Kakora, that's Kakora, and Shami, Shami, are all types of which food dish? Number 12. Chenje, Kakora, and Shami are all types of which food dish? Number 13. A gourmandizer is a person who does what to excess? Number 13. A gourmandizer is a person who does what to excess? I'm definitely guilty of this. Number 14. Melling Road runs through the middle of which British racecourse? Question number 14. Melling Road runs through the middle of which British racecourse? And finally, for this week's podcast, number 15. In which year is Halley's Comet set to orbit near Earth next? Number 15. In which year is Halley's Comet next set to orbit near Earth? That's your 15 questions on the Final Fling this week. Take time to prepare your answers and finalise them. And when you're ready, we'll find out how you've done after this short break. Welcome back to Takeaway Trivia, your answers then to the Final Fling. Hopefully, victory awaits. Number 1, what is studied in the science of somatology? It's the body. Number 2, by what name is the disease varicella more known? Chickenpox. 3, Shem, Ham and Japheth are the sons of which biblical figure? Noah. Number 4, Chief of Staff Linda Vasquez is a regular character from the opening season of which US drama? House of Cards. Number 5, which book ends with the line, "Thank goodness," said Bilbo, laughing, and handed him the tobacco jar? The Hobbit. Number 6, in January 2014, which became the first American state to legalise cannabis? Colorado. Number 7, who plays Moriarty in the Benedict Cumberbatch starring version of Sherlock? Andrew Scott. Number 8, the title of which recent monster film was apparently the US military code name for New York City during the Cold War? Cloverfield. 9, a women's lacrosse team comprises of how many players? 12. Number 10, Mount Catherine is the highest mountain in which African country? Egypt. Number 11, how many time zones does Brazil have? 3. Number 12, Chenje, Kakora and Shami are all types of which food dish? Kebab. Number 13, a gourmandizer is a person who does what to excess? Well, if I've got a Chenje kebab in front of me, I'll be guilty. It's eat. A gourmandizer eats to excess. Number 14, Melling Road runs through the middle of which racecourse? Aintree. And number 15, in which year is Halley's Comet next set to orbit near the Earth? 2061. Fingers crossed. That's what, 40 years away? Less than 40 years. I'd love to see it, so fingers crossed. All right then, hope you've enjoyed this week's podcast. It's been an absolute pleasure to be your quizmaster. Let's leave you with a final tat fact. Did you know that bones found at Seymour Island indicate that roughly 40 million years ago, penguins stood at an incredible 6 feet tall and weighed 250 pounds. Emperor penguins today are only 4 feet tall and 100 pounds. Monster penguins! I'd love to see that. Absolutely incredible. All right then, have a great week, Quizheads. Have a safe week. Thank you for playing Takeaway Trivia, and we will quiz again soon. Take care. I hope you're enjoying Takeaway Trivia. Don't forget, we're now available wherever you get your podcasts, so please subscribe, rate and review to help this quiz grow. Also, if there's anything you would like to be tested on, any subjects you'd like to hear in the quiz, please get in touch. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/takeawaytrivia or on Threads at Bar Wars. Finally, we're also available on YouTube, youtube.com/@takeawaytrivia. Happy quizzing! The intro music is There It Is by Kevin MacLeod, available from incomputech.filmmusic.io, licensed by creativecommons.org.